everyone. It came to my attention over the weekend that I do not have a video posted for this announcement. Um, I apologize for not posting it over the weekend. As you might be able to hear, I've been battling a pretty bad cold and I've had laryngitis, and I had almost no voice over the weekend, so it would have been almost pointless to record. But I want to apologize now should my voice crack, break, sound terrible. I apologize. But I wanted to make sure I got this out to you now. So in this announcement, it's titled, Please be sure you are submitting your best work the first time. And this announcement discusses that aside from the 1-2-2 assignment, which will be discussed later in the announcement, unless I have requested a resubmission, I don't allow them. The only time I ask for resubmissions is when it's a first offense for plagiarism or if the file was unreadable or unable to be opened. It's the student's responsibility to make sure that the file that was uploaded is the one that the student wanted to be submitted. Then I go a little bit into my rationale behind this, and I will actually expand this further in my video to you. My reasons for not allowing resubmissions is that if I were to allow one person to resubmit, I'd have to allow everybody to resubmit. Otherwise, it would not be a fair classroom. So in other words, I don't give permission to one student and say no to another. And the other thing is, if a student did the assignment right the first time, how is it fair to that student if I allow another student to resubmit 10, 20, 30 times? It's not. So that's a piece of it. The other thing, and I have here, what would prevent students from turning in a very poorly done assignment the first time and then submitting proper work the next time, or even just submitting the template? It doesn't promote success to, well, I have to get my assignment in the next 10 minutes, so I'm just going to submit a blank Word document and say, oh, I uploaded the wrong thing. The reason for this, I have been teaching for a very long time, and I've been teaching online for a very long time, and I have had numerous students attempt this. When I first started teaching, I experienced a lot of students who would submit, it would be completely blank, or my favorite was they would use the Wingdings font where it's all crazy symbols. And so I would open it up as a Word document and do translate and discover they just hit, I'd put it in and switch it to the proper font, and it would just be a bunch of letters. The student would not actually have typed anything. They just slammed the fingers on the keys and submitted that and claimed, oh, I'll have to re-upload it. Apparently I had a problem. I've had a lot of students try to pull the wool over my eyes and be deceptive by doing things like this. They'll submit it with 5 minutes left and they say, well, there, I got that in by the deadline. So now the instructor will say, hey, resubmit this, and then I'll take a week or 2 or 3 to get something back in. I don't see that as fair to the students who've actually submitted the correct assignment the first time and actually took time to do the work. I have had students who have taken the example that I've given and resubmitted it and submitted that as their own, and told me that they've changed the name on it and said, no, that is my work. I did that. When it's aside from the name, every single word on the page is exactly what I had in my example. And then the student said, well, just give me extra time and I'll resubmit something else. There's a lot of issues with things like that. A lot of students have tried to play games, and I hate to say that a few ruined it for the rest, but in a way they kind of did, because this has happened so many times where students submit, just throw it together, or don't read the directions. And I do post, and I have that down here, I post a breakdown and directions for everything that you have in this course. You have examples, there's videos. So there is no reason for you for example, for you to submit an assignment, for you to submit your 4 advertisements and decide instead you're going to write a paragraph about psychology, for example, and say, oh, well, I just misunderstood the assignment, but you have the information there that you can use. Example of the initial post to the discussion board, I make sure that that announcement gives that information. Like, this is what you're asking. Look at the video. Look at the example. It all talks about that. So I do that so that you have the support you need, and you can also always reach out. You can always reach out and ask questions. This is really helpful if you're not attempting to submit your assignments 5 minutes before they're due and you're working on them ahead of time. Um, Quite obviously, if you're submitting them 5 minutes before they're due, chances are I might not be online to be able to answer your questions. And in 5 minutes, you might not be able to submit a well done assignment. So submitting something that's not up to par is not used as an excuse for me to let you resubmit something. For example, if you were to just submit, wingdings, just slam your fingers on the keys and submit that paper. I am using kind of extreme examples, but I want you to know where this came from. And I have had many students who have attempted this over the years. And so because of it, it's kind of reached a point where I said, you know what, it's not fair to other people. And I had students who actually, came to me and told me, um, I know for a fact this student is doing this because the student posted it to the SNHU Facebook page. I pulled the wool over my professor's eyes because I've just been submitting whatever it was. I submitted the same assignment 5 times in 2 different classes for multiple assignments and just said, oops, I uploaded the wrong one, but I haven't done any of the work. And students have actually come to me and told me this person is saying this online. So it's something that does happen. I don't believe everybody sets out with that intention. I don't believe that at all. But I also believe in fairness and equality. And if I were to say, okay, you get to submit this, but you don't, I'm not being fair to the two people. I'm not being equal. If I set the policy straight across the board, then nobody can come to me and say, well, how come this person was allowed to do it, but I wasn't? Or how come I could do it, but they couldn't? It keeps things so that um, everyone has the same experience. Everyone gets one chance to submit the assignment. Or if you upload the wrong one and you go in and look, you can even email me and say, hey, I uploaded the wrong assignment. Don't grade the first submission, grade this one. I've had students do that, immediately realize they uploaded the wrong one and email me like, oops, I uploaded the wrong one. Wait, grade this one instead. And that's fine. I will grade that one instead. But I wanted to give you some information about why I have this policy, about what my policy is, and give a reminder to make sure that you're not uploading the blank template, the exemplar, my sample assignment. Make sure you check and see what it is you're uploading. Use the assignment breakdowns that I give. Use the sample assignments. Use the videos. The videos are available to you on Mondays, so you can always go and watch the videos. You can watch them Monday morning, and you'll have the videos for the entire week with all the information you need. It's really important that you be doing this. And with discussion board assignments, you will notice that I will have the sample assignment posted, and my sample initial post will always have the video for the sample initial post. We'll always have that video included. So you always have access to that as soon as the discussion board opens. So make sure that you're utilizing the tools that you have. And if the tools that I'm providing, if the videos, the samples, the announcements don't meet with your learning style, then please let me know, because I will do the best that I can to try to find a way that'll meet with it. I design the videos for those who are more auditory learners and for those who perhaps have dyslexia or issues like that. Those of you who do better if you see an example, or if you're a tactile learner, that's what the sample assignments are for. And for those of you who need to read it, that's what the written breakdowns are for. So I've tried to touch on the primary ways people learn. So if I'm not meeting what your learning need is for all of this information, please let me know so that I can help you and you can use these as the tools that I've been hoping that you can. So thanks for bearing with me and my voice. And thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.